Okay, I wanted to show you what I was working on during my spiritual quiet time this morning. I kind of got started a little late because my husband woke up early to drive his sister to the hospital, and then he ended up having to not go because of his heart not being able to take my high test coffee. And he didn't eat food and stuff, so he was just being a husband. And so I sat with him for quite a while, and then he just went upstairs to take a nap. So let's get this video made while the husband's sleeping. What I've been doing every morning when I wake up is, especially when it's sunny, I do my sun gazing and I do my brain yoga and my planks. I do it in like a little routine, almost kind of like a sun salutation combo. I do my sun gazing. I don't look directly at the sun, but I will do it with my eyes closed for quite a while, and then I will open my eyes and not look directly at the sun, but just below it or to the side or something for about 10 seconds and close my eyes again. Then I will do my super brain yoga. And when I'm catching my breath from that, I will do a little bit more sun gazing, and then I will do my planks. And I try to do at least 2 of those. And I didn't get to do that this morning, and so I feel different, and I know my body likes to do it in the morning, so I'll be keeping that as a routine. After I'm done with that, I take the dog for a walk and finish off a cup of coffee, and then I start doing my spiritual reading. This morning I was working on something for a friend at work whose little daughter is experiencing a lot of spiritual activity. So what I did was I had a little bit left of my smudge spray, maybe down to about here, and I went to the church last night and made a little offering to the baby Jesus for the holy water. And what do I do when I make an offering to the baby Jesus? I put some money underneath his little baby dress, and when the money gathers up, I take all that money and I put it in the poor box, which goes to, the various charities in the area. And there's a maternity closet in town, and I think I'm going to start taking that money to the maternity closet, and just kind of throwing that in the kitty. Anyhow, because you always have to make an offering when you take something, and holy water is free. But I think it's nice to do an offering. Anyhow, so I filled up the bottle, refilled my bottles with holy water, and added the rest of peace water. I'll show you the peace water. Here we go. Genuine peace water from Lucky Mojo. Eventually I'm going to learn to make my own so I wouldn't have to buy things all the time, and that's what I like about doing the old-fashioned hoodoo type stuff, because I was listening to a radio show talking about how shops pretty much like killed old-fashioned hoodoo, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. It's just that it's more convenient, and well, you know what happens when things get super convenient. So I kicked it up a notch with more peace water, and I'm going to really put a lot of drops of the fiery wall of protection oil, put more sage, more of your protective essential oils, and I prayed the 91st Psalm over this bottle. And because Santissima Muerte is an overprotective grandma, she wants to be in on the action, so I'm going to take all of this stuff up later, and this bottle later, and pray over it for them, and appeal to White Santissima Muerte, and give him, the father, this bottle of smudge spray to smudge his daughter and smudge him and his wife and his baby son, and smudge the invisible friend that she's talking to that is moving around all the things in the house, opening doors and opening this and moving around this piece of furniture. She's throwing the ball to this invisible friend and going to get the ball, and the father says he's just waiting for the day the ball rolls back to the daughter without her going to get it. So what's going on. I think it's a poltergeist. I think it's her. She has very strong psychic energy, and she bought this energy into this new house, and there's probably something already in the house not playing well with the spirit she brought with her. And this is a little outside my scope of practice as a beginner, but I'm just offering what I can, that I know about, that works for me. And that's the thing, when you're friends, you don't have to be in your face or, I'm a witch, this and that. People kind of just naturally know, and they will come to you, and they will come to you with their problems and their questions and things like that. And, you as a witch, a spiritual practitioner, a healer, a root worker, root doctor. If you call yourself root doctor this and papa this and Dr. Buzzard and this and that and bones, this and that, you have to be a servant of the people. You have to be prepared and to offer something to the people. So this is my offering. And here are some other suggestions. Camphor tablets with money from her piggy bank. Now, in root working and hoodoo and just general spiritual practicing, camphor tablets is like a spiritual air cleanser and spiritual protection. And a camphor tablet in each corner of the room is very protective. I've done it before. When you initially open the package and you put them in there, the smell is kind of intense, but after a while it dies down, and then you barely even smell it. And the dimes is for, offering and protection. And I figure that she takes out money from her piggy bank, and, I'm going to tell the father, something like, tell her it's for your guardian angel to protect you, and, have her put the tablets and the money down herself and kind of make it into a game. And if she wants the invisible friend to get smudged also, there's no problem. And I think that's actually pretty good, because I don't think it's necessarily the invisible friend. I think there's something in the house. So either way, we'll find out. I don't know. I really am not wanting to delve too deep into this, because I don't want something getting attached to me. That's the other thing. You really have to know your limits as a practitioner when you are dealing with spirits of a questionable nature. And if you have even the slightest hint of a mental illness, or you have an issue in you haven't settled yet, these spirits of a questionable nature will find the crack that is in with you and jump on you. So you have to be careful. And the bowl of water underneath her bed, I picked this up from my Sacred Woman in the Making class, and since then I've read hoodoo books and things like that about keeping glasses of water around your bed and bath water. And that's another thing. I've been doing, I'm in the baths and washes, floor washes section of my hoodoo root work course. So I started experimenting on myself, because I'm not going to make recommendations to other people if I don't do it myself. And I've done the smudge spray myself. I've done the camphor tablets. I've done the water, and they all work for me. And so I've done the 3 ingredient bath, and that's very good. And what I am doing for this person is kind of like minimum effective dose. What's the least amount of most effective thing you can do to solve your problem? And that's what I'm doing here. And another thing I'm working on is my brain tonic spray. This has peace water, holy water, brain enhancing, memory enhancing, concentration enhancing essential oils. There's a few drops of Crown of Success oil in there, and I've prayed some Psalms and Proverbs and some things from the Bible into the spray. I'm going to take it upstairs later and put it in front of my blue Santissima Muerte and let it sit there till I have to go to work. It's a very pleasant smell, 1 or 2 pumps, and it's good. And also my pendulum, I'm working my pendulum and my tarot cards and also what they call it. And I wanted to learn to read playing cards, but I don't know if this is going to be for me, but we'll see. All right, peace and blessings.